Hi, today we will be talking about the factors affecting PED of a good. What is PED? PED stands for Price Elasticity Demand. It is the measure of responsiveness of a quantity demanded of a good due to a change in the price of a good. PED is measured as a value from 0 to infinity, with values from 0 to 1 being price inelastic and values from 1 to infinity being price elastic. Here is the equation of PED. The factors affecting PED are represented in the acronym HINTS. H stands for habits, I stands for income proportion, N stands for necessity, T stands for time, S stands for substitutes.
Today, we will have our friendly assistant John to help us learn more. Say hi to John! Let us first look at H, habit. Habit of a consumer affects the PED of a good. Here's where John comes in. John is a smoker and needs his daily pack of cigarettes. Well, so do 9 people. One day, the price of cigarettes doubled. However, with this price change, only one person decided not to buy. The fall in quantity demanded of the good is less than proportionate than the increase in price of the good. Hence, the demand for the good is price inelastic. John decided that he needed a new cap. He remembered that the cap sold at $8. However, when he went to the shop, he found out that the price had increased to $10. Disappointed, he decided not to buy, and so did some other people who were shocked by the price increase. The fall in quantity demanded of the good is more than proportionate than the increase in price of the good. Hence, the demand for the good is price elastic. Hence, the greater the chance of formation of a habit, the lower the price elasticity it will be.
Next, let us share with you about how a difference in proportion of income in which the consumer spends on a good affects the PED of the good. As you can see here, purchasing a car at $100 will spend a greater proportion of John's income as compared to buying a salt bottle at $5. One day, John decided to buy a car for himself. Just last week, John bought a car at $100 for his brother. He heard that the sales were good that day, as 9 other people bought cars on that day too. However, when he went to buy a car today, he saw that prices have increased to $200. He decided not to buy. He also heard that only 3 other people bought cars that day. In this case, the fall in quantity demanded of the good is more than proportionate than the increase in the price of the good. Hence, demand for the good is price elastic. John then headed to the market to buy some salt. The salt bottles were selling at $8 last month. John and 9 other customers purchased the salt. Today, John saw that prices have increased to $10. However, only one person decided not to buy, as the rest felt that $10 is cheap and only required a small proportion of their income. The fall in quantity demanded of the good is less than proportionate to the increase in price of the good. Hence, the demand of the good is price inelastic. Now, we will share with you how PED is affected by the degree of necessity of the good. After a whole day of shopping, John is hungry. He spots a store selling rice at $8 and decides to go in. There are 9 other people in line with John. When prices suddenly changed to $10 per bowl, only one person left, while the others remained as it was lunchtime and rice is an important part of their diet.
After having rice, John was still hungry. He then went into a snack store to get some chips. There are a total of 10 people in line. However, when the shop owner changed the price from $8 to $10, John, along with some others, decided not to buy the chips as it was not a necessity. The fall in quantity demanded of the good is more than proportionate to the increase in the price of the good. Thus, the demand for the good is price elastic. Next, let us share with you regarding how time period and the number of substitutes available affect PD. John is a great fan of Coke. When he heard that the price of Coke had increased from $8 to $10, he was in a dilemma. He continued to purchase a bottle of Coke every day. On a fateful day, 1 year later, John's friend introduced Pepsi to him. John felt that Coke and Pepsi tasted similar. From then on, he decided to switch to drinking a bottle of Pepsi every day, as Pepsi sold at a cheaper price. This shows that given a time period, John can actually search for other substitutes. The longer the time period, the more price elastic the demand is likely to be. The larger the number of substitutes and the more closely related the goods are, the higher the price elasticity of demand. That's all for today. Let's give John a big round of applause for his help.